Good morning, everybody. I just wanted to show you a little project I'm working on here in the dinosaur dungeon. So sometimes when I paint dinosaurs, I find that they need a little something extra, so I like to make a base or a diorama for them. So these are two that I've made. This one here is kind of coming through some soft mud here. So this is for the Lufingosaurus. For PNSO. This base here is going to be for a Pachyrhinosaurus that was sculpted by Candid Sculpts. So I wanted him kind of walking up on the edge here and then looking over, and maybe there'd be a river flowing down. So, and I've had a few people ask me how I've made this. So far, like, obviously these are not done yet. They need some plants and stuff like that, some stones maybe. But to get the basic shape and the texture, what I've done is, well, two things. This is a piece of wood that I bought from Michael's, and it has a lip on it. So there's an indent in here, kind of like a picture frame maybe, but it's not quite. And then this other one here was a piece of foam, just regular cheap styrofoam that I sculpted. Just use some hot wire tools. You can use an X-Acto knife. You don't need to spend the money on the hot wire tools. I've just had them around for a long time and decided to use them on this particular project. So anyway, but the main thing, obviously foam, you can't really paint it. You can't really do much with it. So what I did was I covered the foam with a product, and it's actually the same product that I used in this, and I just dumped it in. So two different ways you can use it. Anyway, it's called ClayShay, and it's from Aves Studio, the same company that makes the famous product known as Epoxy Sculpt. I'm sure everybody's heard of it, and most people who would be watching this video have tried it by now. It's a wonderful material for sculpting and building model kits. It can also be used for dioramas, but this is called ClayShay, and it's kind of like it comes in a powder form, like plaster of Paris. And so you just mix it up with water. You just dump the powder and you mix it with the water. And the nice thing is, of course, you like plaster of Paris, you can mix it to any consistency you want. The difference that I find is that this is more durable. This stuff's hard as a rock right now. I did this yesterday, and it's really solid, and I find it doesn't break as easy as plaster of Paris. So I guess it'd be more like what they call that product, like a hydrocal or something like that. But anyway, it's just a really nice product to use. The other thing I like about it is because it doesn't have paper in it, like what's the other one called, Sculpt-A-Mold or whatever, or the paper mache clay mixes and stuff. This is just a straight mix, so it's powder, water. So I can add in texture. So if I want to dump some little rocks into it like this, so I can create a nice texture. You know, if I want to dump some sand from outside or whatever, I pretty much dump in whatever I want to dump in there. And it'll all stick together, and I can either cover styrofoam with it like this piece at the back here, or I can just dump all of it in at once and let it harden, and either way it turns out great. I can have whatever texture I want, and then of course, while it's still wet, you can also press stuff into it. I dumped some earth from outside right onto the wet ClayShay before it was hardened, and I just pushed it in with an old paintbrush, just like this. Pushed it down, not too hard. I also pushed in the dinosaur models that I'm going to use on there to kind of give the footprints. So I figured I'd just share this with you so you can see some of the uses for it. It's an excellent product. I don't have the box because I've actually had it for quite some time now, or I would show you what the box looks like, but I will put a link to where you can get it in the description below. Originally, I was only going to post this video to Instagram, but seeing as it's almost 5 minutes long, I will post it in YouTube and then share it on all the other platforms. Anyway, thanks for checking it out, and have a great day.